Game one of an impressive doubleheader begins here in Denver, Colorado. The snow likes to follow us as we have brought our snow flurries here to the Mile High City. The Denver Nightwings are going to take on the Baltimore Vultures live on 11 Sports and for the fans. My name is Eric Vincent alongside my best friend Cade Stevens, Mark Chisholm on stats tonight. And Cade, this is going to be a good one tonight. Both really good teams and both have really good rushing attacks that have maybe tapered off a little bit this season.
Yeah, just a bit from last year, Eric. It's good to be here in the Mile High City this evening. But as you can see from the statistic pointed out there, Denver rushing attacks really quite fallen off. It's got to be a reason, I imagine, that they have not had the success to start the year that they had last year as your reigning champions.
We got things ready to go here for the coin toss. Baltimore still holding steady with that rushing attack. T-Roy Gaines, ever dangerous in that offensive backfield for Baltimore. And Jarek McChesney, like we said, he's going to have to kind of pick up the pace a little bit here. We'll see what happens as we've got the kickoff coming up next. The home team, the Denver Nightwings, will kick things off to start things off. And Baltimore will get their first crack at it, coming in at 2-0 and looking absolutely on fire. Denver struggling to start things off. Who's going to get the victory tonight? Let's find out. And the kick goes into the middle of the end zone, and that is where Baltimore will take a knee. And we will see the Baltimore offense coming up here first. Cade, obviously I mentioned T-Roy Gaines and his ability to get out into the open field. Do you think that the rushing attack is where the Baltimore will need to put the heavy focus?
I got to imagine, Eric, once again with the elements involved this evening, that T-Roy is going to be a big part of the game plan for Baltimore. They're going to have to get him started early. They're going to have to hope for a little bit of success, open up that offense, and hope for success down the field as we see a short pass on first down here.
Dazzo connects with Daly Holder to start things off, and we'll get a look at the Baltimore impact players. Mike Dazzo in his 9th season in the SFL, the true leader of this offense. T-Roy Gaines in the backfield, Ivory Irvin, Daly Holder, Matt Chima, along with Lloyd Graham Jr. and the kicker, Shark Tarkington, who has not missed a field goal yet on this young SFL season 14. T-Roy getting his first handoff as he goes up the middle of the field out to the 28-yard line, 3rd and short coming up for the Vultures.
And a nice run by T-Roy on 2nd down to give the Vultures a manageable 3rd and 2. He had a little bit of a lane there, got up, and the defense just met him in the hole as he got a little downfield.
3 touchdowns total for T-Roy coming into this Week 3 contest. A pass on 3rd down, and Dazzo's going to go down. Did not even see him coming around the backside, and that's going to force a 3-and-out for Baltimore as there was good defensive pressure made by Denver.
Good defensive pressure by Denver, and Eric, believe it or not, as you pointed out prior to the game, Baltimore had not allowed a sack prior to this sack on this last play.
A very impressive stat there, but Al Lewis putting an end to that right away as he gets his first sack of the ballgame, on the first offensive possession for Baltimore. So Denver will get a quick crack at the football here as they will have good starting field position coming up to the 44-yard line of Denver. And let's get a look at their impact players here. Josh Miller coming out for his 5th season, all with Denver. Jarek McChesney, we mentioned him a little bit earlier. Giacomo Jones, Bryce Battle, Logan Keel, all the wide receivers. Jeremy Mosley, the tight end. And Kramer Jackman also is perfect on the young season. 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. McChesney is the single back. He will get the handoff, has a blocker towards the top of the screen, and will only get maybe 2 or 3 on the play.
McChesney is going to be a big key to their success here in this game, I have to imagine. He's going to need a little bit of help from his offensive line, creating some lanes and getting up there. But Denver tapered off just a little bit from their start. In previous years, your reigning SFL champions, they're going to need some help from the offensive line, both protecting the quarterback and creating lanes for McChesney if they hope to win this football game tonight.
Especially since McChesney has not registered a touchdown, either rushing or receiving, on the season so far. Penalty flag on the field as a little bit of a wobbler was intended for Giacomo Jones. Falls incomplete, but we'll see what the penalty flag is. And the Night Wings will be whistled for the holding call there. No, defensive holding. That's a new one. We don't see that all that often. Hendricks, Wild, Thornberry getting flagged for the defensive holding, so it's going to be an automatic first down here for Denver.
Yeah, I'm not too sure if he just got him within the 5 yards off the line of scrimmage. I wasn't able to see exactly what happened, but like you stated, Eric, a defensive holding, you don't see that entirely too often from this referee officiating crew.
So it brings up a fresh set of downs for Denver. Now into opposing territory at the 48. And a misdirection handoff to McChesney as he goes absolutely nowhere and will get stopped behind the line. Let's get a look at the Baltimore defense here. Kaz McFly there coming in for his 4th season. Tim Cleland, Ciron Yates the 4th. Tucker Lewis all on the defensive line. Joe Dazzo, Amon takes the backers, Marvin Himes, Hendricks Thornberry, Giovanni Bolt, and Tony Willis all in the defensive backfield for the Vultures. 2nd and 11 from midfield. Miller going to throw it to the far side of the field, and that's caught. That's Battle with his first catch, and he will make it out to the 45-yard line. 3rd and manageable coming up.
Nice catch by Bryce Battle and a good read there by quarterback Josh Miller, getting the football out. Take the gain that you can get. Give yourself a little bit more of a manageable down, and we'll see what they can try to make happen from here.
Trips towards the top of the screen. 2 wideouts towards your bottom here. As Josh Miller is going to throw, he found a pocket in the zone there, and that is caught. It's going to be first down yardage out across the 30 to the 31 of Baltimore.
Yeah, great catch, wide receiver number 82, Logan Keel on that play. Looked like just kind of a up and out inside post, if I'm not mistaken. A good read once again by the quarterback, Josh Miller, to get the ball to his safety valve for a first down.
Just under 8 minutes to go here in the opening frame. Denver driving here on their first offensive possession. A little bit of a heavier set here for the Night Wings on first down. Miller will throw, though. Good protection. Steps up in the pocket. Has plenty of time. Pressure's coming behind him. He's going to go down. Josh Miller sacked finally by one of the defensive linemen. That's Ciron Yates getting in there for his first sack of the ballgame.
Yeah, great coverage on the back end there by Baltimore. That's 100% a covered sack because Miller just had all day long to get rid of that football, had absolutely no place to go, and the perseverance by Yates to get to the quarterback leads to a sack.
Not a huge loss there, though. 2nd and 14 coming up. Hand off to McChesney. Good burst of speed up the middle of the field. Does meet a defender rather quickly, but does get 3 on the play. Actually, he gets about 7 on the play, and he gets 3rd and 7 coming up here.
A nice run by McChesney, Eric. I gotta back it up one play there just real quick. We talked earlier about Baltimore had not allowed a sack during the game. They also had not sacked the opposing quarterback. Yates puts an end to that one as well. Both streaks have been broken here in the first quarter.
Definitely a good sign for Baltimore on this 3rd and 7. Miller going to throw it in the middle of the field. And again, Logan Keel finds that hole in the defense. As you can see right there, 2 catches, 27 yards, both first downs.
Almost looks like it was the exact same route that he ran earlier for a first down on 3rd and 6, I believe it was. I'm not sure if potentially Denver sees something here in the Baltimore defense that they're trying to take advantage of with Keel. But whatever it is, it'll be interesting to see if they keep trying to go back to it.
So into the SFL red zone we go. 1st and 10 from the 15. Just outside of 6 minutes to go. Miller. 3-step drop. Far sideline. Caught. Slips a tackler. Gets first down yardage out to the 2-yard line where it's going to be 1st and goal. I believe that was the fullback out there, Steve Aoki, with his first catch.
Aoki, yeah, a nice little move on the sideline. Thought potentially he was just going to take that one out of bounds, but made a nice move to get upfield, a first down, and that gives them a 1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
That defensive holding call kind of propelled this drive forward for Denver earlier on in the drive. 1st and goal from the 2, handoff to McChesney, trying to find a hole, and he goes absolutely nowhere. Amon Takes was applying some pressure in the backfield, losing 3 yards on the play.
Yeah, I give him some credit for getting back there. McChesney, I'm not sure if he thought maybe if he tried to bounce it outside, he'd have a little bit extra room to go. But if he just hits the hole, there's a potential that he doesn't lose any yards here. So Good play by the defense.
Another handoff to McChesney, slips the tackler, and he gets his first rushing touchdown of the season. Touchdown, Nightwings.
Oh, very nice speed. And just as I criticized McChesney on the play before for dancing a little bit in the backfield, he does exactly the opposite on this touchdown run here. McChesney gets the ball, accelerates forward at full speed, breaks the tackle, and walks into the end zone.
And he somehow slipped a defensive lineman there. Obviously, the wet conditions out there with the snow flurries causing some difficulty dragging McChesney down to the turf. So we will see Kramer Jackman here. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up and through. 7-0 here for Denver. We will see how Baltimore responds on the other side of the break. Stay with us. You're watching the Simulation Football League, live on 11 Sports and for the fans. Denver responding on their first offensive possession, putting 7 points on the board. And that is your score currently, 7-0 in favor of the hometown Nightwings in this chilly night here in Denver, Colorado. 20 degrees feels like 11, and obviously we've got some flurries falling to the ground as Baltimore will take another touchback. They will start things off at the 20-yard line. Gain of 3 and out for Baltimore to start things off. Did not look very good, did not look very in sync so far.
No, I'm sure that's something they'd like to change here on the second drive, Eric, finding some repetition in the offense. Denver, has struggled coming into this game slightly, lost a couple of games, one close, one not so close. Baltimore's got to take advantage of the weaknesses that they see in Denver's defense.
And speaking of Denver's defense, they're showing up in a big way there as they stack up T-Roy Gaines right at the line of scrimmage. Here is that defense. A lot of different moving parts here, Cade, on this Denver Nightwings defense. Josh Vasquez, the seasoned veteran now. DeMarcus Anderson, we saw Al Lewis get his first sack. Des Troyer, Adam Wiseman, Mel Davis, the backers, Nick Kidler, Aiden Davis, B.J. Armstrong, and Jacob Gustafson in the defensive backfield for Denver. Second down and 10 from the 20. Good throw there by Dazzo as he's able to get first down yardage out to the 31-yard line.
Yeah, good throw indeed, and a good catch by Chima on that particular play to give him a first down. You were talking about a lot of moving parts on that Denver defense. It was quite ready to give him quite a bit of credit for the way they've started so far. But yeah, man, a lot of first-year players and rookie free agents that we see on this defense.
Starting towards the far sideline this time is Dazzo, and he completes it out to Ivory Irvin for a gain of 3.
Good little catch on the outside there by Irvin. I mean, you take what you get on first down. You'd like to imagine you can try to open it up a little bit more. It'd be interesting to see if they try to get T-Roy involved just a little bit more on this particular drive. Open up the pass game.
Offset I formation this time for Baltimore. We'll see if T-Roy gets involved here. Looks like he's swinging out there. Dazzo gets it to him. Bursts through the first tackler, but does get met right at the line to gain. That was a good tackle there by Adam Wiseman. This is his first season, technically his first full season in the SFL, but he did fill in a little bit towards the end of last season.
Indeed, and credit to Wiseman on that one. T-Roy Gaines is not somebody you want to meet head on just as he did, and Wiseman absolutely stoned him just about a half a yard short of the first down.
And T-Roy's got a big old hole up the middle of the field as he crosses into Denver territory down at the 48-yard line. That was a great job by the Baltimore offensive line there, Cade.
Offensive line opened up a heck of a hole there, Eric, and a good read by T-Roy cutting back to the other side. That wasn't the initial, I guess you could call it a flight path here for the Baltimore Vultures to head up through there. So good job recognizing where the hole was opened on the offensive line, getting upfield. You could tell he was a little bitter about not picking up that first down on second down.
I formation this time for Baltimore. Denver trying to show blitz. They're going to back out of it. T-Roy trying to find a hole, and good defensive pressure, especially up on that front line there by Denver. And we'll get a look at these diabolical DBs that both of these teams have, Cade. And Kaz McFly, Josh Vasquez, 2 of 8 players with 8 interceptions just a season ago.
Yeah, 2 guys that you kind of want to stay away from if you're the opposing quarterback. Mike Dazzo, Josh Miller, both are going to be looking out for these 2 individuals throughout this game. Despite their numbers that they had last year, I mean, they were up there, Eric, so they're still going to be dangerous this year.
And another catch deep over the middle by Irvin. We'll get another look here, and that was an impressive throw and catch as Dazzo stood tall in the pocket.
Dazzo stood tall, took a hit as he got rid of the football and put it just where the receiver could get it and nobody else. It was quite the catch there, Eric.
So now driving here is Baltimore out to the 32-yard line. Just about 2 minutes to go here in the opening frame. Offset eye. Dazzo going to toss it over to a crossing route to Irvin this time. Only gets about maybe 3 or 4 as he's stacked up to 28.
Yeah, nice little in route by Irvin. It looks like to me that Baltimore's trying to find a soft spot here in Denver's defense. They're testing out maybe just to see a little bit of what they can get away with and what they can't get away with. I expect before too long, Eric, that they could potentially try to go deep here.
Good tackle made by BJ Armstrong as he dragged him to the turf. 2nd and 6, throwing towards the far sideline. DB got a little greedy there as Irvin is able to make the catch, and that was Armstrong trying to make the big play and go back the other way, but just got burned here.
Absolutely, and I give Dazzo just a ton of credit with the throw. That was beautifully thrown above the defender where he couldn't get it. Got it to the receiver who got upfield for a nice play and a first down.
Into the SFL red zone we go for Baltimore this time. At the 12-yard line, setting up shot, 1st and 10. Bunched wide receivers towards the top of the screen. Dazzo under center, T-Roy the single back. Gaines will get the running back here, and he gets it up the field to about the 10-yard line. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Yeah, nice little run, 77, got upfield really quickly past the right guard into the backfield, and had that been a pass play, that might not have worked out so well, but just an interesting point to look at there on that defensive line for Denver.
And a good tackle made by Wiseman there on T-Roy. Dazzo pump fakes, going to throw it over the middle of the field and drop. Could not complete the catch was Irvin. He was wide open in the back of the end zone there.
And Irvin's been his guy on this drive, and I can't say I blame him. He's been extraordinarily reliable, and on that play, I'm sure Irvin would like to have that pass back, Eric.
100% as we get a look at the snow flurries here. Kate, I don't understand, man. We're not used to this chilly weather. We're not used to snow following us wherever we go.
Not really, Eric, to be honest with you. And you know what? Denver is not necessarily used to a lot of snow either. Despite them being the mile-high city up in Colorado, they don't get a lot of it. But it appears they're getting a lot of it this evening. And it appears we got a lot of it last week. So, hey, might as well keep the streak going. That's going to be a nice knockaway also by number 24 on that particular defensive play.
Yeah, 100%. That was Kindler getting in there and knocking the ball to the turf, Nick Kindler. And a lot of good defense showing up from this young Denver Nightwing defense. We talked about it a little bit earlier. A lot of rookies, a lot of free agent signings. Not necessarily the same old people that you have seen over the past couple seasons. So we'll see a Shark Tarkington field goal attempt here. This one going to be from about 27. Got the snap down, up and through. So Baltimore adds 3, cuts the lead to 4. Denver still with the lead, and they will get the football here coming on the other side of the break. Stay with us on 11 Sports and For the Fans. Baltimore's got the ball on the tee. See if it stays there with these snowy conditions we have here in Denver, Colorado. 42 seconds to go here in the opening frame. Both teams have gotten points on the board. First kickoff return for Denver, as they will bring it out the middle of the field. That is Bryce Battle trying to find some hole in the special teams coverage, and he'll make it out to the 27-yard line. Good starting field position here for the Night Wings. And Cade, kickers are people too, and we got two of the best of them right here in this ball game: Shark Tarkington and Kramer Jackman. And we get a look at the most field goals made all time.
Yeah, both in the top 5 for field goals made for the Simulation Football League of all time. It's pretty exciting field goal kicking competition we got here, and Tarkington just nailing one again on that previous drive.
And looks like the fullback Aoki is going to... No, that's Jerry McChesney, excuse me, as he was wide open on that screen pass there, getting a good chunk of 7 yards out to the 34.
Yeah, Denver spreading the ball out just a little bit, getting McChesney involved just a little differently than just trying to run the football. So he spread the defense out a little bit, and we'll see if something opens up for him through the tackles here.
Might see one more play here before the end of the quarter. Baltimore stacking the box here. Miller takes the snap, throws it over the middle. Good one-handed effort there by Jones. Couldn't quite reel it in. And that is going to bring us to the end of the first quarter of play. Denver holding a 7-3 lead against the undefeated Vultures. We got more SFL action coming on the other side of the break. Stay with us. Simulation Football League on For the Fans and 11 Sports Network. Welcome back to the Mile High City, Denver, Colorado for the Simulation Football League. Denver Night Wings holding a 7-3 lead over the Baltimore Vultures. Denver setting up with a 3rd and 3 here from their own 34. Offset eye, handoff to McChesney, trying to find some room, gets stood up just before the line to gain. He will get 2, needed 3, 4th down.
I really thought he had that one, Eric. No kidding, as he took the football, but he got met just about a yard short. Standing him up in the backfield. And as you can see popping up there, right back to the run game, suffering just a little bit for Denver. He's only averaging about 2 yards a carry on 6 different attempts here.
So not the hottest of starts here in the cold weather as Baltimore almost gets to the punt there, gets it away. Fielded at about the 30-yard line. Good spin move. And we'll bring it out to the 36-yard line. So for anybody that's kind of curious what's going on here, this is what we call the Simulation Football League. This is the first controller-less esports. It is a rarity of its kind. If you have any questions, any sort of information that you need, please visit our website. It's simulationfl.net. You can sign up for our Discord server there. Plenty of great people to talk to, great community, as we get a lot of those folks hanging out in the chat for us tonight as T-Roy Gaines gets a swing pass, and that is out to the 41-yard line. A good gain of 5 as T-Roy kind of laying there basking in the snow for a little bit.
Yeah, taking in the snow. Good tackle there by cornerback B.J. Armstrong, coming up and making a good hit against T-Roy. Still gained about 5 yards on the swing pass out of the backfield. Like I said earlier, Eric, I think they want to get T-Roy involved any way that they can, pass, run, and we just saw him with a nice catch and gain on that first down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 for Baltimore. Dazzo, short drop. He's going to fire it down to the near sideline. That's caught. Irving's been very, very popular tonight as he's caught 5 of the 6 balls thrown to him.
Yeah, Irvin has definitely been Dazzo's target. If I have to take a guess at what the game plan might be here for the Vultures in this particular game. Nice catch, and man, he was just so close. Got the feet in bounds. It's going to be 3rd and short here.
We'll see if they go back to T-Roy here, as Denver actually is going to give him the first down anyway, so the sack won't matter. As there's good pressure there again. That was Al Davis getting in there and wanting to Al Lewis getting in there and laying the pressure there, but he was a little too early.
Yeah, Lewis, that's going to be Denver's 3rd round pick from this past year, number 52 overall. Lewis just got a little over-eager on that particular play, got in the backfield and was a little bit offside. Still got the sack anyways, despite it not counting.
Get some chat shout-outs here. Ray and Yola, Minson Mine, Denver Nightwing, Mac Anthony, 1982, Guapulator, 303, Football Dude, 93, Drek 900, Mike and Proda in the chat as well. And how about them Cowboys 11, along with many others, as we get a pass into coverage there that's caught, but for minimal yardage, that's Lloyd Graham Jr. with his first catch as he gets gang tackled at about the 46.
Yeah, I'm sure that Baltimore would like to probably get Lloyd a little bit more involved, truth be told, in the offense here. I mean, they got him out to a nice gain of 4 on that particular play. He's going to be a big part of it. He's big, tall, tight end, somebody you can rely on in short yardage and red zone type opportunities.
Miller to throw. He's going to air it out deep. Tipped up in the air and incomplete. Couldn't quite reel in the interception, as that was one of the linebackers that couldn't quite reel it in that time, Cade. And, man, that was a good opportunity there for the Nightwings.
Yeah, good opportunity. Number 55, Mel Davis, came in there and almost picked it off, knocked the ball up in the air. Also gave Baltimore another opportunity to make the catch off the tip drill. But good recovery anyways, and good defense by Denver on that play.
3rd and 6 now from the 46. Dazzo going to throw it quickly into coverage. Tipped up in the air again and incomplete. Could have gone either way. Irvin had a shot at it along with a couple different defensive players for Denver. Jacob Gustafson was one of the main ones there towards the end.
Boy, no kidding. When he went to go wind that one back and make the throw, Eric, I thought he was going to be able to thread the needle. Going for his favorite target in this game so far, Irvin, but just couldn't get it there in time. Good defense by Denver.
So we had 2 long scoring drives, one for each team here. Denver with the 11-play, 65-yard drive with a 3-yard rushing touchdown for McTesney. And Baltimore with a 13-play, 76-yard drive that resulted in their 3 points, but otherwise gotten a whole lot of nothing, really. 4 plays, and 7 plays for their squads here, and we'll see what Denver can do here in the snow coming up here at the 13-yard line.
Yeah, 2 relatively successful drives, like you said, Eric, leading up into the points that we've had so far, 7 and 3. I'm sure both teams would like to get a little bit more going than what they've seen so far. Outside of that, it's been a little lackluster.
Two backs in the backfield. Miller's going to hand it off to McChesney. He's got blockers towards the far side of tackle. First down yardage. Good second effort as he propels himself past the line to gain to the 25.
Yeah, McChesney getting it going on that play. Nice little run left to the outside. Got upfield and got a first down.
Good blocking on the outside. Offensive lineman getting in there. Couldn't quite make the stop. So he left it up to Frank Smith, among others, to make the tackle right around the 25. First and 10 here. Miller, pump fakes, pressure's coming, he's going to go down. That did not look good from the start, Cade, as the pressure was coming all the way from Baltimore.
Yeah, pressure coming through all the way from Baltimore. That's going to be number 70 coming in on the stop there. Number 70, that would be Albert Butler, defensive tackle, 6'3", 310 pounds. And believe it or not, Josh Miller felt all 310 pounds coming down on him on that play.
Well, I certainly believe it. Saron Yates was not far behind there, probably credit him with half a sack on that play. Again, not a huge loss. 2nd and 14 here for Denver. I formation for the Night Wings this time around. Baltimore backs up into coverage. Miller shuffling around to the pocket. Pressure's coming. He's going to run for it. Trying to get down, and eventually does, but with the assistance of Chad Rowland as he makes the tackle after a 5-yard gain.
And an absolutely great heads-up play by Miller on that play. Who recognized nobody was open, stepped up in the pocket when pressure was coming, and took off when he realized nothing else was there. A nice gain on the play and a manageable 3rd down as opposed to 3rd and long.
Just under 7 minutes to go here in the opening half. Miller feels the pressure. He's going to throw it over the middle. Got a wide open man. Actually, a decent coverage out there by the linebacker, but first down nonetheless as Mosley, the tight end, makes the catch.
Jeremy Mosley, that's going to be Denver's 2nd-round pick this year in the SFL draft. That's exactly what they drafted him for. They're looking for these short yardage 3rd down situations where they can just throw the ball up and expect their tight end to go get it.
Yeah, and Frank Smith just could not keep up with the big tight end there. Results in the first down for Denver. Offset I formation. Miller gonna throw. He's gonna throw it over the middle, and a good sliding catch by Bryce Battle as he gets tapped down at the 38-yard line of Baltimore, but a good chunk of yards there sets up another first down.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful inside post route by Battle, who came across the middle, and a great recognition by Josh Miller, who hit him in stride, and Battle took a nice slide in the snow there, Eric.
Eric Vincent alongside my best friend Cade Stevens. Mark Chisholm on stats tonight here in snowy Denver, Colorado. Miller going to check it down to McChesney, trying to throw a little forearm shiver here in the snow, but gets stood up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Yeah, McChesney tried to make a little something happen out of nothing there, but they got him down at the line of scrimmage. I'm sure he'd like to have that one back, but, you know, you take what you can get, Eric.
Football is a bit of a chess game sometimes. You just got to set things up and hope that it sets up different things later on in the ball game. We'll see how it develops for Denver as McChesney bounced it back inside. Cade, if he bounced it back out towards the top of the screen, he had nobody there.
Potentially a huge mistake on that play by McChesney. He might have been walking into the end zone right now. He had the center, Jack Hungry, up there with a beautiful block on the defensive tackle. All he had to do was head to the left side there, and you know, honestly, he's probably in the tunnel, Eric.
Miller to throw. He's going to throw deep past the the line to gain. Giacomo Jones with the catch as he steps out of bounds right at the 25-yard line, and they will move those chains.
Giacomo Jones moving the chains on that one. A nice catch. They'll forgive now McChesney's mistake, bouncing it inside after the gain of first down. Get down to Baltimore's 25-yard line. I'm sure Denver would like to get down into the red zone and get a touchdown here. Potentially, if they don't turn the football over, they're at least staring at 3 points.
Denver putting together a nice drive here, Cade. Under 4.5 minutes to go here in the second half as Miller throws it towards the bottom of the screen. Good catch and run by the Nightwing wide receiver. That was Matt Papineau in there with his first catch, the Week 3 signing, coming in here and making his first SFL catch.
An absolutely beautiful play design, if you ask me on that one, Eric. Matt Papineau kind of heading out or to the outside there. We had another receiver heading to the inside, almost like a little bit of a rub route. Gave him plenty of room, knocked the defender off for a nice first down.
Penalty marker on the field here. We'll have to check the laundry and see what's going on with that. And it looks like Baltimore got a quick step there. So that will be a free 5 yards for Denver, and that certainly doesn't help here. As, like I said, Kay, this has been a lengthy drive, and the last time they had a drive of 10 plays or more, it resulted in a touchdown for them.
Yeah, it sure did, Eric. You're absolutely right. And I just want to point out the highlight here. Quarterback Josh Miller looking pretty good so far. 10 for 11, only one incompletion. That's a 90%, 90.9%, I'm sorry, completion percentage. A little over 100 yards here.
And this cadence has just been throwing Baltimore off hardcore as he completes another pass to the goal line. We'll have to see what the penalty marker is, but they will more than likely decline it. And again, Cade, this Baltimore defensive line trying to apply pressure. They know, just as well as we, they did not get any sacks coming into this Week 3 contest. Chad Rowland is licking his chops, eager to get after the quarterback.
Just a little overzealous here. I got to imagine Baltimore thinks that they've just let Denver get a little bit too far down into the red zone. Somebody's looking to make a play, but you have to be disciplined enough to realize that you cannot jump off sides and give them a better opportunity.
Hand off to McChesney. No one's going to touch him. When you're that close to the goal line, give it to McChesney. Touchdown, Denver.
A nice run by McChesney and great push by the offensive line, giving him plenty of room to get up into the end zone.
No touchdowns to speak of for Jared McChesney coming into this contest. He's got 2 rushing already in the ball game, and that is the difference on the scoreboard there, as Kramer Jackman will line up the extra point. Good snap, good hole. Kick is up and through. So Denver takes a 2-score lead over the visiting the undefeated Baltimore Vultures. We'll see if Denver can get their first victory of the young season. Stay with us. Simulation Football League action continues on 11 Sports and for the fans. $86-yard drive capped off with a half-yard rumble into the end zone, for Jared McChesney. Gives Denver an 11-point lead with 3:10 to go here in the opening half. Good boot there by Kramer Jackman as Giovanni Bolt's going to bring the football out towards the middle of the field and out to the 22-yard line where Baltimore will take over. And Cade, it doesn't look like Baltimore's been able to really put together anything so far. I know we mentioned this before earlier, but yeah, the one 11-play drive, the one 13-play drive that gave them that field goal was about all we've really seen from them.
Yeah, that's about the extent that we've seen from Baltimore's offense. Outside of that, we haven't seen much more. We've got a 7-play drive for 18 yards and a punt, and a 4-play drive for 2 yards and a punt. I'm sure Baltimore would like to get a little bit more going here, and here we see T. Roy Gaines out of the backfield for a nice gain on first down.
There's a good rumble by T. Roy and an even better open field tackle by B.J. Armstrong, just laying him out there after a gain of 7.
Yeah, great tackle by B.J. on that play. Like I made the statement earlier that T. Roy Gaines is not the guy you want to see coming full speed at you after about a 5 to 7 yard head start. But B.J. Armstrong's had no trouble coming up and making some tackles tonight.
Dazzo to throw. He's going to swing it out again to T. Roy, this time He goes absolutely nowhere. And again, another good open field tackle by this Denver Nightwing defense. This time was one of the extra linebackers they had out there.
Yeah, 54, Brody Gulch coming in there making a play on that one, Eric. A nice tackle to secure just a short gain on second down.
Dazzo gonna throw again, and ooh, BJ has gotten greedy a couple different times on those out routes. Actually, that wasn't BJ this time around. That was Aiden Davis, one of the other corners. But man, those Nightwing DBs out there, Cade, they're wanting the turnover.
Yeah, Aiden Davis gets that interception right there, and he's still running, Eric. That's a touchdown easily on that play, but good catch and good first down.
Brings us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go here in the first half in Denver. Stay with us. Simulation Football League action continues on 11 Sports and for the fans. Back in the winter wonderland known as Denver, Colorado. 14-3 your score. In favor of the Denver Nightwings, trying to get their first victory of season 14. We'll see how Baltimore answers here as Dazzo slings it over the middle of the field for first down yardage out to the 45-yard line. Close to opponent territory. That's Mac Chima again.
Yeah, Chima with a really nice catch and run there, and a great throw by Dazzo over the middle. It just threaded the needle in between what you saw right there, 3 or 4 guys. Great catch, way to hang on to the football too and give your team a first down. We'd like to see a sustained drive for Baltimore here. I got to imagine that's an important obstacle they'd like to overcome.
Clock continuing to roll here. All 3 timeouts for both sides as T-Roy Gaines gets a handoff and goes absolutely nowhere. Adam Wiseman was able to sniff that out, along with Troyer, number 99, getting in there.
Yeah, Wiseman and Troyer getting in there and making a play. T-Roy Gaines having a hard time getting started. If he could just, he's one of those guys where if he can get past the line of scrimmage and just make a couple of plays, he's not somebody you really want to tackle. He's got a full head of steam. And T-Roy Gaines will be heavily involved for the rest of the game. Here he goes again, Eric.
Here he goes again. He had plenty of room that time on the far side. Good blocking as Baltimore's going to go no huddle here as we creep inside of a minute. Dazzo, pressure coming immediately, and he goes down. Man, the Denver defense was shot out of a cannon this time around, and that was DeMarcus Anderson getting in there for the sack. T-Roy with a swing pass this time around as they go no huddle, and he gets stood up and knocked out of bounds right at the 42-yard line. Still a 3rd and forever.
Yeah, I really like the no huddle after the sack, though, Eric, to be honest with you. I think that kind of doesn't give the defense enough time to catch their breath. It gave the offense enough time to get the ball out to the side of T-Roy, gain a few more yards, give him a little bit more of a manageable 3rd down. They've got the ball on Denver's 42-yard line. I know they want points out of this.
Dazzo, short drop. Good blocking, good protection. Over the middle, caught! Into the SFL red zone we go, and a timeout is called by Baltimore.
Absolutely beautiful throw and catch. That was Chima once again. I cannot believe he threaded the needle the way that he did. Dazzo with a heck of a throw, heck of a catch, right down into the red zone for Baltimore.
Josh Vasquez was about a fingernail away from batting that football down. Just an unbelievable throw and catch from Dazzo to Chima as that brings up a first down from the 12. Dazzo alone in the gun, 4 wideouts to work with. He's going to throw it over the middle. That's caught short of the first down as that's Chima who gets up and quickly calls a timeout with 30 seconds to go.
Boy, Chima really wanted to finish it off on this drive. He's made a couple of big plays. Why not step into the end zone and score your team a touchdown before you go into halftime here?
And this possession is very important here, kid, because Denver got the football to start things off.
Yeah, I would agree with that. If Baltimore can put any points at all on the board, I'm sure they prefer a touchdown. They could come out of halftime looking real good if they can go back and put another touchdown on the board.
T-Roy trying to get through the tackler, doesn't even get the first down as the clock continues to run. Baltimore with only one timeout left. Dazzo going to try the same play again, one-on-one, and T wins that, gets a touchdown Baltimore.
Yeah, great catch, great route out of the backfield. I'm not sure how Denver didn't see that one potentially coming. It's been a big hit for Baltimore so far in this game. T-Roy Gaines on the swing pass, walks into the end zone. That's going to be a touchdown for Baltimore. All of a sudden, it's a one-score game again here, Eric, at down here in Denver on a very snowy night.
And good effort there by Jacob Gustafson as he was trying to make that goal line stand there on T-Roy. But man, Gaines is a hard dude to stop, especially when he's determined and trying to plow himself in the end zone. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up and through. So Baltimore now narrowing the gap again to a 4-point lead in favor of Denver. 14-10 your score, 11 seconds left to go. Don't forget, we've got another ball game coming up, game one of a doubleheader here on 11 Sports and for the fans. Queen City visiting the heart of the United States there, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Mike Daggs, Matt Wilson, and Gerald Smith will be with you guys for the call on that one. Bryce Battle going to try and make a decent return, and he does out to the 21-yard line. Only 7 seconds left to go there, Cade. And I don't think that Denver really is going to try anything with 3 timeouts and only 7 seconds to work with.
Yeah, 3 timeouts and 7 seconds. I don't think they got much going for them. I wouldn't be surprised to see just a knee here or even just a run to try to kill the clock.
Pro set on first down. Miller under center. He's going to hand it off to McChesney, trying to follow some blockers, and he's got some room! Jared McChesney, is he going to be caught? He does! He eventually gets dragged down with 1 second left to go, but Kate, that was ever important for Denver because that sets them up into field position to launch a Hail Mary here.
You know what, Eric? That's not something I think that this team expected to come out on that play. Heck of a run by McChesney. Great job by the offensive line opening up a hole. If he could have turned the afterburners on there, boy, he had no one else to get him. Just a saving tackle right there for Baltimore to catch him from behind.
Let's go.
So right at midfield, like I said, that'll set it up for a Hail Mary here. And Cade, we've seen crazier things happen.
Yeah, we sure have. I mean, you can't rule anything out on this play here. It was to see Miller. Oh, he's going to have to avoid some pressure, Eric.
Yeah, this time he's not going to get a pass off as a good defensive pressure this time by Baltimore. Stops the threat there by Denver and keeps it at a 4-point lead, 14-10, as Denver holds that 4-point lead. Going into halftime, we will get a look at the first half stats and highlights here. And Cade, what kind of jumps out at you?
Well, so far, I've been very impressed at Denver's defense. The ability, outside of a couple of drives, just two that really stand out to me particular, is that Denver's defense has been a lot better than I think we expected them to be or how they've played so far. Also, both teams are absolutely tied at 176 yards in total yardage so far.
That is a bit of a wow factor right there. Like, both teams have exactly the same amount of total yards going into the locker rooms here for halftime. And Kate, it really has been a back and forth. Like, there really hasn't been any one team that has shown us, oh, okay, you're the dominant team coming in here. We should have been looking out for you, sort of thing. Both these teams want that dub today.
Yeah, they sure do. Your reigning champion Denver Nightwings are certainly trying to get back into the swing of things after a slow start on the season at 0-2. But Baltimore's had something to say about that. Outside of a couple of lackluster drives, they're making their best effort to get down there and at least make this one a tight game.
And it's been tight so far. As we get a look, old Ciron Yates putting an end to the sack drought here for Baltimore. And Dazzo and Miller putting on a show in the air through the snow as well. Haven't really seen a ton of running here, aside from that one big-time run from McChesney there.
Yeah, we had the big-time run right before halftime, but outside of that, we haven't seen too much come from our running backs in this game. T. Roy Gaines, Jared McChesney. Gaines with a couple of big plays in the passing game, but not so much in the run game as we're used to seeing with him.
And it looks like Baltimore will kick things off to start off the second half, as Tarkington has the football on the tee, boots it down the field, and Denver will get us started here with a fresh 11 minutes in the third quarter. Good spin move by Bryce Battle as he will bring it up the field to the 24-yard line. Eric Vincent alongside my best friend Cade Stevens. Mark Chisholm, want to thank him for his efforts on stats in the Stat Struck tonight. He's probably a little warmer than we are, though.
Indeed, I think so, sir. Mark, thanks for what you're doing. We've certainly appreciated it so far, and it's keeping this game a lot easier for us to do. Your effort is not unnoticed.
100% as Denver sets up in an offset I formation to start things off. Miller's going to throw, though. Pressure's coming. Pump fake's going to check it down to McChesney, and man, lowered the lumber there on all my takes. That was a heck of a move, even though it was only 1 yard.
McChesney.
Get a look at his numbers here, Cade.
A lot of effort there, McChesney, for not too much, but as you can see, man, 285 carries, 1,223 yards. He was 6th in the league last season at 4.3 yards a carry. Tonight, he's averaging about 6 yards a carry. I'm sure he'd like to see that number stay continuous.
As Miller gets in trouble once again, and that has been the difference maker, I think, for Baltimore's defense, is their ability to actually put in some pressure on Josh Miller tonight.
Yeah, the pressure on Josh Miller has made a big difference, quite honestly. Baltimore's defense coming into this game had not done a whole lot to pressure the quarterback, and in this game they've got a good amount of pressure on Josh Miller, which is causing some errant throws and is definitely hurting Denver's ability to get down the field.
This time a good throwing catch, though, as Logan Keel, who had a couple key first down grabs towards the first quarter there, gets another key first down grab and move those chains once again.
Move them chains, Eric, right down the field. A good out route. We saw a very similar route early on a third down where he hit Keel on almost the same kind of design. Keel, as I stated earlier, I thought appeared to be a big part of this game plan, but he's just now got back involved. It'll be interesting to see if that's something they continue to go back to.
Miller's going to throw again on first down. Pressure's coming. Finally gets it away, and it's McChesney who shoves off a tackler there. And, man, it just looks like he's running with a little bit more authority tonight, Cade.
It sure does, Eric, especially after halftime. I'm not sure if he got a little extra pep talk there at halftime or just before the half when he had the long run leading into the potential scoring drive. But, you know, it's fun to see him do this. This is what they've been missing in Denver these first couple weeks is the run game has not got going. But here it is tonight, looking like it's going to be something.
And again, he's looking like he's got a fresh set of wheels as he's got a massive burst of speed up the middle of the field. Move those chains once again as he moves out across to the 48-yard line.
Nice run there, and I got to make a quick mention towards the chat here. My good friend Andy has asked if I'll admit for his birthday I'm the reason he hasn't won a championship, and all I can say, Andy, is that I was in bounds. I can't help what the officials call on the field.
And, oh, man, the infamous Cade Stevens was in bounds. That was a heck of a ball game there as Denver sets up with a 1st and 10. 9 minutes to go here in the third, and, man, that was close as Tony Willis gets up there and makes a big hit to jar the football loose.
Miller wanted him right over the field, and, boy, he just couldn't get the ball in there. It was a valiant effort to try to thread the needle, but good defense there by Baltimore to break that pass up.
There's some quick shout outs there. TMG 82 in there. Guapolator, we mentioned him earlier. Good to see you still in the chat. Eddie Gage, Swole 2011, Rezabit, Drek 900 along many others as Jared McChesney gets loose. Can he be caught? He's down to the 10, the 5. Touchdown Denver as they extend their lead.
And based off the way he's been running so far tonight, Eric, it was only a matter of time before McChesney broke the one that took him to the end zone. A great run on that play. Awesome job by the offensive line, opening up a hole that I possibly could have walked through and taken a few days to do so.
They're just taking your sweet time going through that hole there. And again, a good burst of speed by McChesney. I can't get over it. It just looks like he's running with more of a purpose tonight. He's getting his wheels in the snow pretty easily. I don't know if it's the cleats, shout out the equipment manager, whatever the situation is. But he has done a heck of a job so far here tonight as he caps off that drive with a touchdown run. Denver 21, Baltimore 10. We will be right back after a word from 11 Sports and for the fans. Stay with us. Third rushing touchdown for Jared McChesney tonight caps off a 7-play, 78-yard drive. And it was a 52-yard rushing touchdown this time around, as previous two from short range. But, man, McChesney has come out on fire here in chilly Denver. 21-10 your score as Baltimore will take a knee in their own end zone and see what they can do to kind of respond. Because, Kate, I don't know about you. I was kind of expecting T. Roy Gaines to be the back that we were highlighting a little bit more tonight rather than the opposite, Jared McChesney.
Yeah, I'm with you there, Eric. I certainly agree. I thought for sure that Gaines would have been the one we were talking about that was already over 100 yards here in the third quarter, but instead it is Jared McChesney. It'll be interesting to see if Baltimore still tries to get him involved. They're only down by 2 scores. You can't quite abandon the run game just yet.
But Urban has been a very popular target for Dazzo tonight as he gets another catch, this time for a gain of 6.
Yeah, great. And you're exactly right. Irvin been an extremely popular target for Dazzo this evening. Prior to that play, he had 5 catches. He's now got 6 catches for 51 yards. He's been targeted 8 times.
And Dazzo's been very efficient tonight as well. Mike Dazzo, 19 of 23 on the evening with a touchdown pass. So, both these squads coming out and looking very, very good. Obviously, you don't get to 2-0 and look like a schlub. So, Baltimore continuing to do good things, but Denver just looking that much better tonight as T. Roy Gaines will get a swing pass out of the backfield, avoids the first tackler, gets first down yardage before he's ushered out of bounds by Wiseman.
And that appears to be the popular play tonight for Baltimore. They're content to take the swing pass to Gaines out of the backfield, and it's not that it's been unsuccessful in any way whatsoever. It's just Gaines is their playmaker. They got to find a way to get him the football. If running the ball in between the tackles has not worked for him so far, which has not been highly successful, then the swing pass out of the backfield is another good way to try to spread the field and get your playmaker the football.
So we get a look at Ivory Irvin lining up there towards the bottom of the screen. Dazzo to throw. Had a receiver break free and a good little stutter step. Gets him a few more yards. Cade, that's some fancy footwork there from the big tight end, Lloyd Graham.
Yeah, fancy footwork indeed by Lloyd Graham. I thought potentially there he was going to be content to walk the ball out of bounds, and he said, hey, not today, man. Check this out. Stop and go. Get up the field. He's just short of a first down. It's going to give him a very easy 2nd 1.
Dazzo smelling a comeback in the chat. I don't know what you smell, Cade, but we'll see if that's the case as T. Roy Gaines fighting for extra yards, fighting for every yard as Josh Vasquez eventually comes up and lays the hit, but a first down nonetheless for Baltimore.
Well, just to comment on that for a moment, if Baltimore wants any hope of a comeback at all, they got to score some sort of points on this drive. If they don't score anything and end up having to punt again, I won't feel too great about that comeback this evening.
Especially not the way that Denver has played. They've played lights out so far, pretty much up and down the field, as Baltimore feeds it to T-Roy once again, who gets a gain of a couple as he's dragged down by Des Troyer.
Yeah, Des Troyer getting in the backfield, making some noise. I mean, he almost immediately hit Gaines just about a yard behind the line of scrimmage. Gaines able to get back for no gain.
I formation, one wide receiver towards the bottom of the screen. Denver recognizing it, stacking the box. T-Roy hit right at the hole, but is still able to plow forward for maybe another couple yards. That was a good recognition there by Brody Gulch. He's played well tonight.
Yeah, Gulch and Davis kind of met Gaines there at the line of scrimmage and went for a ride for a couple more yards. But great, yeah, the linebackers have actually been relatively good. We highlighted earlier in the game, Eric, that they've got some inexperience on the defense, particularly at linebacker. But they played relatively well this evening.
And a bit of an awkward throw and catch there. I'm not sure if he was looking beyond Mac Chima or not, but nonetheless, Mac was the one that made the catch, and it's going to be short of a first down out at the 45.
If Chima was the original target, he made a heck of a catch in an effort to get the first down right there. But as you made mention, I'm not technically sure that he was the target on that one.
Dazzo's got the offense out there. He's trying to draw Denver off sides. We'll see if they actually run a play or not. And it doesn't look like it, as Dazzo will burn their first time out. Baltimore with 2 remaining here in the second half.
It'll be very, very interesting to see if maybe they bring the offense back out and try again. I doubt it if they're going to call the timeout. I assume they'll probably punt this one away, but that kind of kicks the comeback effort in the teeth just a little bit there.
Still some time, Cade, but yeah, you're absolutely right. The way that Denver's been playing coming out of the locker room here for the second half, you have to kind of imagine that, yeah, Baltimore needed to get at least some points here, putting it to a one-possession ball game. But we'll see. Baltimore's defense has been very good as well. McChesney has just been kind of overpowering them just a little bit, but otherwise, good pressure, sacks are on the board. Things like that for this Baltimore defense, as Battle's going to call for a fair catch. It is made at the 11-yard line, and we will come right back after a word from 11 Sports. And for the fans, this is the Simulation Football League, and we are live here in Denver, Colorado. Back here in the Mile High City, where Denver will take over deep in their own territory at the 11-yard line. Miller set up shop under center. 3 wideouts to work with. Short drop. Tosses it over the middle of the field to Giacomo Jones. It falls incomplete. Good coverage out there by the linebackers. Amon takes him on others.
Yeah, I think he thought he had Jones kind of coming up on a seam route up the middle of the field there, but an absolutely phenomenal read by Takes on that one. He just kind of got in there, read the quarterback's eyes, knocked the ball away, and resulted in an incomplete pass. Potentially could have been an interception.
Nightwings looking to add to their lead, up by 11. 5:25 left to go here in the third. Miller to throw again. Pressure's coming. Throws on the run, and he's got his man. Great catch by Bryce Battle to come back and catch the little wobbler there, as it was tight coverage by Tony Willis.
And Bryce Battle, the undrafted rookie free agent, has come in and has actually been a very reliable target so far for Josh Miller in the football game. Once again, making a very difficult catch and giving his team a first down.
Miller coming out in the gun this time. Single back is McChesney, sidecar left. 3 wideouts. Miller, good protection. He's going to throw it quickly down towards the bottom of the screen, as that is caught by Giacomo Jones, ushered out of bounds by this man, Kaz McFly. And it was the no McFly zone last season for this guy, as he was first in the league with 10 interceptions, returned one of those back all the way.
Yeah, absolutely phenomenal season for Kaz McFly last year. 10 interceptions, led the league. 12 pass deflections, and it's not showing up on the stat sheet tonight, but overall, he's actually had a pretty good night against Giacomo Jones. allowing just a few catches here. 2 catches on 4 targets for 15 yards is what Kaz McFly has allowed to Giacomo Jones this evening.
And Jerry McChesney has had to pick up the slack in the absence of their number one wide. He extends the drive once again for Denver out to the 35.
Yeah, nice little play there. It gives them a first down here for Denver. Denver looking to try to make something out of this. If they can get down and try to score some more points, they're going to make it even harder for Baltimore to try to come back and win this football game.
Miller's going to air it out this time. Got Bryce Battle once again, and man, he has been hot as he moves into Baltimore territory. Tackle made by Giovanni Bolt, but a great recognition there by Josh Miller.
Yeah, great recognition by Miller, and as you made point, Battle has been very hot, especially here in the second half. Great catch again for a long gain down the field. Battle has been a little bit of the unsung hero for Denver's offense so far as receiving goes, as you made mention. Just slightly before this is Kaz McFly taking away Giacomo Jones. Josh Miller's had to look elsewhere.
And Miller's still looking, throws a bit of a wobbler as pressure was coming in his face. It was complete anyway, and Logan Keel has set up a picnic basket over the middle of the field there tonight.
Yeah, Logan Keel, another target that's seeing some good action here in the second half and the first half. If you want to go ahead and say the whole game, might as well. Keel, good target, and we'll go back to Battle. I'm sorry, he's got 4 catches for 76 yards, been very impressive so far.
Miller to throw again, shuffling around in the pocket. He's going to throw down towards the bottom of the screen to Jones, and Kaz McFly says, no, sir, second down.
Well, you bring the guy up, and there he is, man. He's making plays all of a sudden, knocking footballs away. That's an incomplete pass. I guess instead of Beetlejuice, we'll say McFly, baby!
McFly! Hello? Anyone home?
Hello?
Brings up a second down offset I formation here for the Night Wings. Baltimore loading the box, sensing the McChesney run, and it doesn't matter as Jerry McChesney breaks through, and he will get first down yardage out to the 8-yard line, first and goal, 136 yards and 3 touchdowns tonight for the big back in Denver.
Wow. Baltimore absolutely had McChesney dead to rights in the backfield, and he throws a mean stiff arm down there on number 41, Giovanni Bolt, and then takes off for about another 15-20 yards, giving them excellent field position here.
This is not looking good for Baltimore as McChesney is playing with his hair on fire. He gets stood up there after only a couple yards there as Bolt and Willis get a little bit of a revenge there on that last play.
Yeah, Bolt and Willis had to meet there to try to make sure the same thing didn't happen again. I'm sure they don't want to see Jared McChesney try to run through him for another touchdown. He's trying to make it number 4 here tonight, folks. He's well over 100 yards on the night. Can we see McChesney scores 4 touchdowns?
Let's find out here. He's one of 2 backs in the shotgun formation with Miller. Miller stepping up. He's in trouble. He's going to go down. He really had no chance on that play. The protection broke down pretty much immediately as Isaac was the one who cleaned things up.
Yeah, Isaac, way to get in there and get the sack. Impressive. It was still a little bit of a covered sack, and the fact that Miller, his first read wasn't there. The offensive line folded like a deck of cards pretty quickly, and he didn't really have an opportunity to go to his second and third reads.
McChesney sidecar left, 4 wideouts for Miller to work with in the gun. Takes the high snap. Pressure coming, steps up, throws it over the middle, trying to sidestep into the end zone is Logan Keel, but he will be marked down right at the goal line. Won't even give him the first down. So it's going to be a 4th down field goal attempt here by Kramer Jackman.
Boy, if there was ever such thing as a moral victory for Baltimore, this is going to be it right here. He had an opportunity to get in the end zone, that is Keel, and make this game a little bit more out of reach, but Baltimore is able to stuff him right about the half-yard line and give themselves another opportunity to try to mount a comeback here.
This one a chippy here for Jackman. Low snap, though. Kick is up and through from 17 yards. So a 2-touchdown lead here for Denver as we move on through the ending of the third quarter, I should say. Minute 5 left to go here. Stay with us on the inside of the break. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and for the fans. Huge stop by the Baltimore defense on that last drive as they hold Denver to just a Kramer Jackman field goal. An impressive drive there by Denver as they drove down the field for 12 plays and resulting in that field goal. Giovanni Bolt going to return it this time as he's taken several knees in the middle of the end zone. And he'll take it out to the 23-yard line where Baltimore will set up shop with a minute to go here in the third. And Cade, this is the opportunity right here for Baltimore.
Yeah, they'd like to get something going here. Dazzo, primarily, even though his completion percentage 22 of 26 for 163 yards, vast majority of them have been very short passes, and that's just not quite getting it done. He's only averaging 6.3 yards a pass. If they want an opportunity, they're going to have to stretch the field a little bit here.
And T-Roy Gaines slipping a tackler coming out of the backfield. That was key there for him as he's able to get first down yardage out across to the 34-yard line.
And once again, they are completely content with trying to make it work because if it's not broke, don't fix it. They're getting the ball to Gaines out of the backfield, little swings and screens, and he's making things happen. A nice gain of 11 on that play.
Jacob Gustafson, the one to finally wrap him up and clean up the play there. Offside I formation for Baltimore. 7 in the box for Denver. Dazzo's going to loft it over the middle of the field, and that's caught by Lloyd Graham Jr. He was in one-on-one coverage there with the linebacker and beat him right off the line.
Oh, beat him off the line bad, and I promise you, Eric, if Dazzo can put the ball and hit him in between the numbers stride and he doesn't have to go back and get it, he might get a few more yards out of that. I know I saw number 33, Jacob Gustafson, coming across the field. He still would have probably made the tackle, barring some sort of slip there, but great play anyways, and a great catch by Lloyd Graham Jr.
And that was Adam Wiseman that got burned as well. He's had a terrific game tonight as T-Roy Gaines gets a good head of steam running up the middle of the field to the 40-yard line, gain of 6.
And as an offensive line, that's what you hope for. You hope you can give your guy about 5 yards untouched.
And we're looking for the 4s up there in the chat. Fourth quarter's on the way. Denver having a 14-point lead here at home in the Mile High City. Stay with us. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and For the Fans. 11 minutes to go here in snowy Mile High, Denver, Colorado. Eric Vincent alongside my best friend, Cade Stevens. Mark Chisholm down there in the stat truck, keeping warm tonight and giving us all them saucy stats. And we've got a good one here tonight. Baltimore driving here, and a big pass from Dazzo over to Irvin. Irvin driving it inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. First and goal, Baltimore.
Oh, and Irvin, as we spoke many times before, has been a favorite target so far of Dazzo on the evening. And if Irvin can just turn the Jets on a tad bit more, he's in the end zone. But I got to give him a lot of credit for breaking off of B.J. Armstrong there at the line of scrimmage and turning that into a big play.
Gustafson, the only one that could have ever brought him down after he beat the corner there at the line. And, man, that was a good open field tackle made by him. Probably saved the touchdown. In fact, he did. First and goal for Baltimore. Wide open T. Roy Gaines out of the backfield, and he doesn't quite get the screen set up there. The big man coming off the offensive line couldn't quite get set up.
Yeah, it didn't quite work for him on that play the way it's worked for him so far in the football game. But, Eric, don't discount the fact that second and goal, I'd bet you if they don't score on second down, they try to go back to that on third down again.
Seen a lot of offset eye tonight from both teams. T-Roy getting a handoff, and he'll rumble to about the 4-yard line. Gabe, we talked about it over the break, but we were not anticipating seeing such small stats from T-Roy Gaines tonight. Only 57 yards total.
Yeah, 57 yards total, very unlike him. Normally he's very heavily in, and he can break a few out, but at the same time, if you look at the pass game, it's not been extraordinarily productive either, and I think that's hindered the run game from getting started here for Baltimore.
Gonna throw it down to the bottom of the end zone, and guess who? Ivory Irvin with another touchdown for Baltimore.
Who else would it be? You might as well finish what he started. He had a big play earlier in this drive that set him up down near the goal line, and here we are again, finishing the drive off. Number 10, wide receiver Ivory Irvin with the touchdown.
And again, Kay, just a good move off the line there is what got him so wide open. Kudos to Dazzo for recognizing it immediately and getting it down towards the corner of the end zone.
Yeah, not sure that was even his original guy, but he moved off the line of scrimmage to get open for the touchdown.
Tarkington is able to nail the extra point, so a 7-point ball game here with 9.5 minutes to go. Still plenty of time here for Baltimore to mount a comeback, and Kate, again, that defensive stand on that last field goal from Denver, key here right now.
Absolutely. It's really, really coming into play. This game could be a little bit further away than what it is right now, and all of a sudden Baltimore has a chance. They just need their defense to stand up on this next drive, give the offense another opportunity to get down the field and try to tie the football game.
Quick 7-play, 68-yard drive capped off with that 2-yard passing touchdown as Bryce battles his way up to the 22-yard line. And this is key. This is a key possession right here, Cade. If Baltimore can get a stop and can get one quickly, still got plenty of time, 2 timeouts to work with, and they could very easily tie the football game.
Oh yeah, tons of time here. They can really, honestly, if they can make them go 3 and out, they're going to give themselves more than enough opportunity to try to get the ball back and drain some clock en route to trying to score and tie this game.
Miller's got plenty of time. Pressure's finally coming, and he goes down. And that's been the MO of this Baltimore defense all night, Cade, is they're able to get pressure on Miller once again and get the sack. That's Butler again.
Albert Butler back there once again getting a sack. And in a situation just like this, Josh Miller's got to be a little bit more, I guess you could say, aware of what's going on and get rid of the football a little bit quicker. They need to burn a little more clock. They need to score some points if they want an opportunity to try to kick Baltimore out of this football game.
2 backs in the backfield for Miller. Quick throw over the middle, and a heck of a catch there by Logan Keel. They're just going to reach out and snatch the football away as he's getting hit.
Yeah, Logan Keel, a heck of a catch there. He's been very reliable this evening as well. I can't say that it's not too terribly surprising, but a great catch and third and manageable, I guess you could say, 3rd and 9.
Ticking inside 8.5 to go. Miller, good pocket, throws it over the middle, threads the needle, and converts the first down. out to Logan Keel. And again, Cade, in the middle of the football field, that has been Logan Keel territory.
Hey, and who else would it be, Eric? He's thrown it to him 7 times. He's caught it all 7 times. Extraordinarily reliable target. Extremely dangerous pass, to be quite honest with you. I was a little nervous about that one as he let it go, but that's going to move the chains and set them up with another first down.
Got 74 strong watching us on For the Fans next on the Twitch channel, along with many others on the many different platforms of the 11 Sports Network. Want to thank you guys for tuning in and checking out the Simulation Football League as that ball is tipped and falls incomplete. He was looking for Decker on that play, falls incomplete. And again, we want to remind you guys, this is game 1 of a doubleheader. We've still got Queen City coming up and traveling to the Midwest to meet the Tulsa Desperados there, and they're going to take them on following the end of this game. Miller, quick pass, slinging it out to McChesney. Gets hammered right at the line of scrimmage. Good play there by Kaz McFly for preventing any further yardage there from the Night Wings.
Well, you always like to see your superstar corner come up and make plays like that in the run game, and boy, did he lay the wood down on that one on Jared McChesney for no gain on the play and a 3rd and long.
Converted the last 3rd and long. We'll see what they can do this time around. Miller, pressure coming, going to air it out over the middle, and that's caught. This time it's Giacomo Jones with a huge catch, and he extends the drive to the 41 of Baltimore.
It's nice to see Jones get involved a little bit more in the passing game down the field. A great move to the inside. He got by Kaz McFly, who'd been shutting him down most of the game so far.
7 minutes to go here in the ball game. Denver desperate and clawing for their first victory of the season. Handoff this time to McChesney. Following blockers, eventually gets wrapped up by the ankles there by Papadazzo as he comes in and knocks him down for a gain of 3.
It's looking more and more and more to me like Denver really wants that first victory of the season right now. Your reigning SFL champion struggled weeks 1 and 2 if you missed out on that. But they're out here right now against Baltimore, who's not lost the game so far, and they're trying to make a case to get themselves back in the running.
Blowing through that clock there as Miller is going to throw and complete again to Logan Keel. Holds on to the football through the hit by Tony Willis, and another first down by Denver.
Absolutely phenomenal catch by Logan Keel. He's made catches like this all night long where he's gone up and made it in contested areas and taken big hits afterwards. Eric, that's going to put him awfully close to 100 yards on the night.
Get a look at Giacomo Jones there setting up shop towards the top of the screen. Now under 6 minutes to go. Denver with the football. Miller's going to throw. Threads the needle into double coverage. Bryce Battle, the other popular wide receiver tonight, as he's creeping close to 100 yards. First and goal, Denver.
Josh Miller is spreading the football around. He is 24 for 30. Prior to that, he's now 25 for 31. But he spread it out to several different guys, just about 5 or 6 different receivers on the evening, if I'm not mistaken. And it's been fun to see. Battle and Keel have been a heck of playmakers for this Denver offense tonight.
This is definitely McChesney area here. Miller gonna throw, though. Pressure's coming. He tries to step up, eventually goes down. And again, great pressure here from the Baltimore front 4 as they get in there, makes a sack. That's Chad Rowland, who had a little bit of the jumps earlier, but gets in there and finally gets a sack.
Yeah, Rowland getting through and making a nice play. Once again, Josh Miller on that play. This is where the Baltimore secondary is really done well, as they're making Miller take his time. He's got nowhere to go with the football. It gives that defensive line an opportunity to get in there and make the sack, and that's exactly what Chad Rowland did on that play.
Gotta agree with Minson Mind. He wanted that scramble touchdown there, but Miller's gonna throw this time. Pump fakes and throws it over the middle as that's caught for a gain of about 5. 3rd and goal from the 3 now. Cade, what a situation it would be if Baltimore is able to get another goal line stand here.
Well, it would be best case scenario for Baltimore to try to stand Denver up on this one, but if I'm Baltimore, take a look and make sure that you don't let it go. But I see the ball going to McChesney here.
Miller draining the clock as much as he possibly can. Snaps it on 8. Miller going to throw it to tiptoe, toe drag, swag. Touchdown, Denver Nightwings.
Denver Nightwings number 81, R.J. Decker with the catch on that one. He had a drop earlier in this drive that hit him right in the hands. I guess you could say that's making up for it on that one.
I would certainly say so, as he's one of the extra tight ends. He's not even usually formations, but able to make a key play there for the Nightwings to pretty much put the nail in the coffin and etch their first win of the season.
Yeah, it's looking real good, barring some sort of miracle from Baltimore. If they can get down and score really quickly, they might have an opportunity. But if it's a sustained drive that really drains the clock, they're gonna struggle to try to come back on this one.
Good snap, good hold. Kick is up and through. 12 plays, 77 yards, capped off with that 3-yard passing touchdown as Denver extends their lead back up to 2 touchdowns. Will Denver complete the victory? Stay with us. You're watching live on 11 Sportsman for the fans. Jackman getting the ball teed up here for the Nightwings as they have just extended their lead back up to 14. 31-17 your score here in snowy Mile High. 4:11 left to go here in the ball game. We'll see what Baltimore has up their sleeves as Giovanni Bolt will make the return and will bring it out to about the 20-yard line. So no harm, no foul there for Baltimore. But this is going to have to be a quick drive here. And they got to get a touchdown on the board. Can't do any field goals anymore.
No, sir. It's 4-down territory, in my personal opinion. You can't really afford to waste a lot of time. You've only got 2 timeouts, and the idea is that you need to get the ball back as well. Best case scenario, you spend no timeouts here and score before the 2-minute warning to give yourself the best chance.
Dazzo throws it over the middle, caught. Quick play, and quickly they go no huddle as Lawyer gets the catch. Under 4 to go. Dazzo throws it over the middle. Into coverage, tipped in. Could have been caught right there and just falls incomplete. That was a bit of a head scratcher.
A little bit of a head scratcher, a pop-up in the air. Wide receiver Josh Ho had an opportunity to make that catch off of the tip. He might have been a little bit of a hero if he'd done so. But it looked to me, Eric, like he just wasn't ready for the football. Hit him in the hands and fell down to the snowy turf.
I bet his hands are a little chilly out there, too, with it being feeling like 11 degrees out here.
I imagine he can't feel them along with a lot of other extremities, sir.
True points. 3rd and 2. Throws it over the middle and incomplete. Good one-on-one coverage by the Denver linebacker there, Brody Gulch, who's played very, very impressive tonight.
Yeah, impressive game for Gulch. I mean, he's been involved in quite a bit. Him and linebacker Mel Davis as well have been very active for Denver's defense in the linebacking core. It's good to see them finally start to put some games together where they're playing a little bit more solid and a lot more consistent.
4-down territory here. Baltimore gonna go for it. Dazzo, pressure's coming. He's gonna throw it over the middle. Caught! Extends the drive out to the 45-yard line where they're gonna go. No. Mac Chima with the key catch there on 4th and 2. Extends the drive. Dazzo's going to throw towards the far sideline. He's got Chima this time, and he will be ushered out of bounds at the 47-yard line of Denver.
Yeah, Chima, 2 good catches in a row. I mean, that 4th down play, heck of a play, a heck of a throw by Dazzo. If that's just about a centimeter off, that ball is knocked down easily. But the drive continues with Chima making 2 big plays in a row.
Dazzo, the 9-season veteran in the SFL, showing off his pizzazz there as he completes that pass. 2nd and 2. Dazzo throws it down towards the bottom of the screen as Lloyd Graham Jr. completes that. He's going to be dragged down at about the 38.
Great recovery by Lloyd Graham on that play. Looked like he almost slipped, but he got up in time to make the catch.
Nice little one-handed grab this time by T. Roy Gaines. Couldn't quite get out of bounds, but he will move the ball forward. Clock becoming an issue here for Baltimore, still down by 2 touchdowns. Dazzo trying to thread the needle down towards the bottom of the screen to Graham Jr. once again. Could not make it happen, and it ends up being 3rd down.
Yeah, it looked for a second there like he was going to have it, but B.J. Armstrong, just a great play, reading the quarterback's eyes and getting out and knocking that football down. He's going to make this just a little bit harder for Baltimore.
Yeah, just in perfect position there, Cade. Can't do that any better. Don't forget, coming up on the other side of this football game, 9 Eastern, 8 Central, Queen City going to visit the heart of the Midwest, Tulsa, to take on the Desperados. Certainly want to stay tuned for that. We got a good one here as Baltimore will not quit. Irvin with another key catch as he extends the drive out to the 22 of Denver.
Yeah, Irvin's been the guy so far. Be interesting to see if they try to target him again here.
Dazzo over the middle and incomplete. Looked like it was a little close. Mel Davis is a little close there.
Yeah, Mel Davis might have been a little premature on that one, but if he is, then he got a one. You know, it's solid defense, though. It's going to be 2nd and 10 here.
2:47 frozen on the clock. Not the only thing frozen here in Denver. Nightwings trying to secure their first victory of season 14. Baltimore has other ideas, though, as they will not quit. Dragged down inbounds, so the clock continues to tick away. Baltimore continuing to go no huddle, working with 2 timeouts. High snap, Dazzo throws it down towards the bottom of the field, caught. And that's going to be Irvin with a 1st down. Can they get one more play off here before the 2-minute warning? Dazza will get it off. Pressure's coming. Throws it right into the defender. Pushing through there. And it falls incomplete. DeMarcus Anderson with a good push off the edge there. And able to bat that ball down.
Yeah, Anderson, great job getting his hands up. That's an undrafted rookie free agent for the Denver Nightwings. An awesome job on that play. Potentially saving a touchdown.
One, possibly 2 plays here before the 2-minute warning. 3 wideouts for Dazzo to work with. He's under center. T-Roy's in the backfield. He's going to throw it down towards the near sideline. That's caught by Irvin as he shows off some toe drag swag as he falls out of bounds. Clock frozen at 2:15.
Yeah, good catch by Irvin. Believe it or not, folks, there's actually still an opportunity for them to get a 1st down on this drive without them scoring a touchdown. It would be down at about the centimeter yard line if that were going to be the case, but it's still possible.
Dazzo in the gun this time. Bunched wide receivers towards the top of the screen. Dazzo's going to move that way, then throws it back in the middle of the field. It could have been picked off. I'm not sure why it wasn't picked off there, but man, oh man, that was not the pass you wanted to throw.
No, not the pass you wanted to throw, and Mel Davis had an opportunity on that play to just go ahead and seal the deal here, and boy, I don't know if he was just celebrating before he could come up with it, but I'm sure his heart stopped for a moment or two.
It might have just alligator armed it from what it looked like. Just maybe a little bit too chilly out there. Couldn't quite get the mitts around it. So 4th down. .2:11 to go. Dazzo gonna throw it over the middle into coverage and incomplete. What a play made by the defensive backfield. Jacob Gustafson with the play of the game, able to force the turnover on downs.
Yeah, Gustafson, great job getting his big mitts out there and knocking that football down. That very easily could have been a touchdown. And Baltimore, boy, they sure tried. You know, it was awfully close. Denver, they bended, but they didn't break on that drive, Eric.
100%. And we're going to see a little bit more of Jared McChesney here as he's had a heck of a ball game. He'll get the handoff here, following blockers up the middle of the field, and he will get stopped at the 9. And that is where we've hit the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go. Denver looks like it might have this one in the bag. Not sure, though. Got to stay with us. Simulation Football League, live on 11 Sports and for the fans. Two minutes to go here in Denver. The Nightwings nursing a 14-point lead. Only real chance that Baltimore has here is they have to stop them here. They cannot allow a first down. 2nd and 7. Offset eye, handoff to McChesney, and McChesney could have gotten the first down there. Instead, he gets dragged down from behind. A key tackle made, and Baltimore spends their second timeout.
Yeah, I believe that was a free safety, Giovanni Bolt, coming up for that tackle on that one. But you're absolutely right. A heck of a tackle to at least give the team an opportunity to try to get the football back one more time.
Two backs. Miller under center. Hand off to McChesney, and he gets first down yardage as he plows ahead out to the 19-yard line. Baltimore uses their last time out, and they have no stop the clock. That's pretty much going to do it here for Denver.
And after McChesney struggled through the first couple of games of the season, he just did on that play what he's done all night long, and that's make play after play, running between the tackles, outside the tackles, anywhere you could possibly imagine. McChesney has had his way with this Baltimore defense.
But don't anyone go anywhere. Stay right where you are. This is game 1 of 2. We've got ourselves a doubleheader tonight. Queen City going to travel from chilly Buffalo, where we had our last little snow game there. They're going to travel out to the Midwest, take on the Tulsa Desperados. That is coming up with Mike Daggs, Matt Wilson, and Gerald Smith. You do not want to miss that, as we get continued Simulation Football League action here on 11 Sports and for the fans. Second and long, game in the bag here for Denver, so they will just take a knee. Get a look at the upcoming schedule for both of these teams. Baltimore traveling back home to Crab Central over in Vulture Field, as the upstart Atlanta Swarm, they have been looking very, very good this season. They will travel into Baltimore to take on the Vultures. And then Denver, coming fresh off their first victory of the season, will have a tough one as they travel out to Sin City to take on the Fury at Silver State Stadium. Both good games coming up on the Week 4 slate for the Simulation Football League. We still got plenty of good ones coming up this week, though, Cade.
Absolutely, we sure do. It'll be very interesting to see if Denver can try to replicate the success they had last year after a little bit of a rough start. They started 0-1, and for those who do not remember, proceeded to reel off 10 in a row and route to a championship in the SFL. So interesting to see. I know they dropped an extra one, started 0-2, but if they can get their wheels moving once again and get that defense playing together with a lot of fresh faces, it'll be interesting to see if maybe they can try to pull off a run like that once more.
100%, and that will pretty much do it. I don't necessarily see a reason to punt the football here, but we will see if that's what happens. Looks like Denver is going to be content with just shuffling on into the locker room, getting those hand warmers and everything, start defrosting as they come out with a 14-point victory here at home at Richard L. Snowden Memorial Stadium, and a great overall victory here for the Nightwings, beating a very tough Baltimore team.
Yeah, very tough indeed. I mean, not coming into this game, just kind of looking at how both teams have played so far through the first 2 games of the season, I don't think this is at all how I expected this one to play out.
No, I don't think so either, Cade. It was one of those things I think we were anticipating T-Roy to have maybe a larger part in the offense. Really didn't get as many carries as we thought we would see from him, but I think that has to do with playing from behind pretty much the whole game.
I think so too. You know, they, like you said, they started off from behind, and they continue to try to get him in any way that they possibly could. Lots of swing passes out of the backfield, but nothing doing on too much. I mean, they had some success, few 5-10 yarders here and there, but they couldn't quite stretch the field, and I think that cost them. Denver ended up being able to stick a lot of guys in the box, and Baltimore didn't have an opportunity to do too much with it.
And hey, hats off to Josh Miller. That was an absolutely masterful drive to get that key touchdown there to push it to 14 points.
Yeah, absolutely phenomenal. I'm beyond impressed at what he was able to accomplish. Ended up being if I'm not mistaken, about a 12-play, 77-yard drive capped off with a 3-yard touchdown. Absolutely phenomenal job by him, and a great game by him as a whole. That was some impressive stuff coming from the Denver offense. Jared McChesney, your player of the game. I don't think anybody's surprised by that one. Are you, Eric?
Nope, not at all. That's who I would have given it to. 19 attempts, 156 yards, 3 touchdowns, his first 3 of the season. And a good start there for Denver as they get their first victory. On behalf of my best friend, Kate Stevens, Mark Chisholm on stats, executive producer and commissioner Cameron Irvine, and all of the great people deep in the heart of Texas at SFL HQ, thank you for tuning into this presentation of the Simulation Football League. Stay tuned to 11 Sports and For the Fans. We've got Queen City visiting Tulsa. Mike Daggs, Matt Wilson on the call. Thank you. Good night.